So we had a very interesting discussion in our work stream talking about how do we bring peace-building dynamics within missions mandates. And what I wanted to do in this very few minutes is to really talk about the main ideas and recommendations that we brought. The first set of recommendations came within this aspect about integrated approaches to peace building. And that is really at the core of what peace building is about. Because it's not just about integrating country team to the UN missions, but there is a particular issue around mindsets and change management to enable peacekeeping operations to understand that they're just one component within a much wider peace-building process. And in order to do that, we need to bring better national perspectives. And not only in terms of bringing them in terms of analysis and understanding the views of local actors, but particularly bringing them into the planning processes. Because by doing that, we can enable peacekeeping operations to better harmonize their own views, their own approaches with the wider range of actors from bilaterals, from host governments, from civil society, and many other stakeholders that come. The other element of recommendations that we brought together is the idea of analysis. And how do we bring local actors not only in terms of identifying the drivers of conflicts, but particularly utilizing that analysis that is coming from the field to identify what are the drivers of peace. Because by doing that, we get better baselines, we get a better understanding of what is really required, but we also get better buy-in from different actors when we're doing longer-term processes. But also it enables the mission leadership to have more ownership in terms of what they're actually required to do in terms of adapting the mission towards a longer-term peace-building process. Finally, we've discussed a lot in terms of the idea of inclusivity, starting somehow with almost a philosophical idea of what this inclusive means, how do we mean participation of a wider range of actors, but also that it ensures that our responses are country-specific, that are related to the needs of the actors on the ground, and they don't only represent the views of the elite, that they also bring a wider range of groups from civil society, youth groups, gender groups, and so on. And one specific recommendation that was done, and to conclude, is how do we better use some of the components of the missions that are already working with peace-building processes, particularly civil affairs officers that are very much spread around different parts of the mission, but increasingly the use of gender and youth advisors. So these were our recommendations when it comes to peace building.